hearty welcome to all the students, to all my computer science students. Uh, Welcome to my channel, and I hope you all have been practicing well all the things which we have learned in database management and file management. I hope, and because I believe that I have taken the whole month of August in teaching you file handling, because I really wanted to give it a lot of time, because it is a concept which is totally new to you all. So we have reached today, and hopefully two more sessions would be there for file handling. In our previous session, we had studied about basic read and write operations in CSV files. So today we are going to revisit binary files again. And in binary files, we are going to check out certain things like how to create a project. Starting with a small project. So today we would be working on an employee management system using binary files, and we would be performing all the basic operations on it. You have already seen such a project using that is student management system using list objects. So this time we would be exploring dictionary objects. So let us move on. So here this is what we are going to do. We will be starting with using dictionary objects. So this time we would be using dictionary objects, and all our dictionary and what all things would be there for an employee object. Let's see. So we would be first having M code. These are the keys which we would be having: M code, name, department, designation, and salary. So all these things would be stored in the form of key value pairs, and we would be easily able to work with those key value pairs. So today what we would be handling is we would be performing insertion, sorry, we would be performing insertion and display. So these two things we would be performing, that is insertion, display, and if time remains, we would also be seeing what is lookup. Okay, so let us move on. Close this file and we will move on to this. So basically we would be storing everything in the form of key value pairs. So we would be having everything in the form of a key value pair. For example, let me give one example. E code, or let me take it as M code because I had specified M code there. E101, E name, Raj, department, sales, designation, assistant, salary. So this is how one dictionary object will be saved. So this way we would be having multiple dictionary objects in our file. Just like we had multiple list objects, this time we would be having multiple dictionary objects in the file. So let's start. So I will first open a new file and I will save it. Then files, I will be saving it in Python programs with the name. So I've given the name as, you can check out the name over here, mdict binary project.py. So this is the name which I have given. So I'm just going to click save and this saves my file. Now we will start. So first thing first, I'm going to import. This time I'll not be using pretty table because I will be telling you, because you already know how to work with pretty table. Only thing is you have to create a list out of dictionary. If we have time, we would explore that. So we first start with our main, and within main we'll be creating a menu driven program. So we start with while true, and one file object which we will be opening in the append plus mode, where we would be able to append as well as perform read operations. So file equals open, mdict data.dat. So this is the name of my file, and I'm going to open in AB plus mode. Employee management system. Sorry for the interruption which happened. Insert new employee. Display all employees. Employee lookup. So we will be having next is update employee record. Then we would be having delete employee record, and finally we would be having exit. We'll ask for user's choice. Enter the choice. If choice is equal to 1, that means insertion has to be done, and pass. So in the beginning I'm just providing pass because I will be adding code later on. I'm just creating the structure of the menu driven program first of all. So this way you can easily organize your task. Else break. So we have created the main structure, and now one by one we will be handling the functions. So very first function which we are going to handle is going to be insert new employee. So we type here insert emp, and within this we are going to ask for the employee record. Now first thing, we will be first asking for the values. So we will be taking ANS as Y, while ANS is equal to Y, E code equals enter the employee code, ename equals input, enter the employee name, department, enter the department, designation, and finally salary. So this way we have asked for all the values, and now we would create a dictionary object. So here we will create a dictionary object name emp dict equals, or simply emp we can create and just give the value here. This creates an empty dictionary, and within this emp code, this is the key, and provide the value. Salary. So we have created a dictionary, and now we would be writing this object to the file. So for that we will be using, now we forgot one very basic thing, that is import pickle. So we have to first import pickle, and now after this we are going to simply dump this object pickle dot dump emp. Sorry, first of all the name of the object and then the file object. So this would send the data to the disk file. After doing this, we are going to flush everything. So we are just going to type here file.flush, because we are forcing Python to save all the data in the disk file. Because usually using the close function, that saves everything to the disk file. So we are not closing everything, because we are using the file object, which would be used for performing read and write operations simultaneously. So we have used the flush function, and we forgot one very important thing, that is asking the user whether user wants to continue doing this or not. So if the user continues doing this, then the program will keep asking for the values. So every time it has to create an empty dictionary. So for this purpose, I am going to just take this and create an empty dictionary. Just a second, we can clear this. Okay. After dumping everything, we are going to clear the dictionary, that is emp.clear, and we'll first check whether this works or not. So we will first check this. The very first function which we have created is insert m. So we'll just call this insert m. And let's run the program and see. First is insert employee. So E101. So right now I'm just going to create these two and see whether data has been written to the file or not. So we'll find yes, this is empty data. So data has been written to the file. Now our next task is to read the data from the file. That would actually prove whether my data has been written successfully or not. So we are just going to read the data from the file. So for this purpose we will be creating a display all function. Now this display all function will be used for reading individual records from the file. So how we do it? We are going to, now you should remember that right now my file contains both keys as well as their values. So I'm going to first seek the file pointer to the beginning. This will reset the pointer to the beginning of the file, as I had already explained before. That is, after writing everything, your pointer gets set over here. So it needs to be reset back. So for that purpose only we are using file.seek 0, which will reset the pointer at the beginning of the file. And now after doing this, we are going to first read everything. So we start with try block. We'll create the employee dictionary, the empty dictionary, and try while true emp equals pickle dot load file. Now this contains all my data, so I can easily display the data. So for this, I'm just going to right now print the data. Later on, we can easily manage the data and easily organize it. So except EOF error, and when EOF error is displayed, just display pass. And let us now go to display all. So here we are going to call this function, and let's check by pressing display all. So yes, two employees we had created, and you can easily see that both the objects are getting displayed in exactly the same way which we have given. Now you can easily use these keys for performing searches and other type of operations which we would be seeing very soon in updation and deletion. So we would be doing one more task, that is employee lookup. So that we would be doing in some time, that is we would be doing it in the next lecture. So I hope students you have understood how to perform simple read operation, write operation using dictionary objects for binary files. So next we will be seeing searching, update and